Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls! Bound Compass is proud to present to you the amazing adventures of Captain Farr Novarider and the Wild Horses! Brought to you by the new Celeperer. Are you tired of your meal being oversalted and underpeppered? What about overpeppered and undersalted? Well, not with the new Celeperer. The new Celeperer uses a patented, never before thought of design to both salt and pepper your meal simultaneously. Now you can get the exact right amount every time.
I used to have to pick up the salt shaker and then put it down, and then pick up the pepper shaker and put that down. And then I would find out that I put too much of one on and not enough of the other. But now, I found the Celeperer and it works. It really works! But what if I don't want to shake or salt a pepper shaker?
With the Celeperer's new patented 3-stage drawstring motor, the days of manually shaking are gone forever.
Thanks, Celeperer.
You're welcome! Call now and receive the free egg timer. Take the guesswork out of boiling eggs with the new egg timer. That's one Celeperer and the new egg timer, a $100 value for just 6 easy payments of $19.99. Call now. And now, good listeners, look forward to the fantastical year of 2011 AD, to the years of the Great Royal Confederation of Stars, to when humankind is expanded outward into the great beyond. We've reached thousands of planets, spanning hundreds of light years in any direction, and still we reach farther. Intrepid colonists brave the great empty expanses of the undiscovered galaxies to forge a new era for the betterment of humankind on countless worlds, moons, and space stations. It is to this incredible frontier where we turn our ears. Tonight's story is the fall of the House of Galabrax.
Well, this one tits up rather quickly.
I have to agree, sir. This is actually really embarrassing.
I still can't believe that the wild horses were beaten this time. We came here to help defend this colony. Our plan seemed foolproof. How did we go wrong?
How did we go wrong? I'll tell you how we went wrong. Your foolproof plan hinged on the use of my top-tier elite, vicious, and brutal training as a CPA. I am a goddamn accountant. I make sure Excel spreadsheets balance. I don't use guns. I make sure we have enough money to buy groceries. I don't know how to kill people. I write emails with passive-aggressive tones. I don't man planetary defenses. What do you people even think CPA stands for?
Center Point Assassin.
Chief Premier Ass Kicker. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Looks like our captor is coming to glow.
Of all the people, I can't believe that we were captured by
Baron Edgar Wayne Galabrax! At last, Captain Novarider, your mighty wild horses have fallen, and I stand above you in triumphant joy. My strategy was bold, my men were brave, and my enemies are now broken. The people shall sing songs of my victory in space. Epic poems shall be written of the battle in the sky. And frightened whispers shall be heard of my brutal land campaign. Oh, but I must not forget my prizes, the greatest of all. Not only did I get the opportunity to crush my greatest foe, but I have claimed the barony of Capricorn Sigma 4. With this seat of power, the House of Galabrax is no longer a barony in exile. With this seat of power, I shall have a foothold for rising to the rank of Duke. No, greater than Duke, the first Archduke of the Frontier.
Confederation of Stars doesn't work down
Wait, what?
Yeah, the first Accords of Colonization ensure that the main power of the Confederation will always be held by the 6 Archdukes of so-called civilized space. ID-S, there can be no Archdukes of the Frontier.
You know that IE is an abbreviation of ID-S, but you don't know what CPA stands for?
Cerebral Psychic Assaulter.
Cutthroat, passionate astounder.
But fine, I'll become an Archduke of civilized space, amend the first Accords of Colonization, and then become the first Archduke at the Frontier.
Well, that just seems like a demotion.
Per capita, civilized space has a much higher tax revenue. Not to mention, due to the general diaspora of colonies, power would be much more difficult to consolidate in the frontier.
This is basic socioeconomic and political theory.
Whatever. Point is, I'll be Archduke, and your dumbasses will be stuck in this prison cell. Now you'll have to excuse me while I go do Baron-type things. Guards, ensure that no one comes in or out.
Yes, Baron Galabrax.
Have a pleasant stay, Captain Novarider. Or should I refer to you as prisoner 1030458? Ha!
Not going to lie. Didn't catch a word of that.
Now, advisor, let us begin baroning.
Ooh, yeah, that's not me. Who's talking about?
Okay, which of you is the former baron's advisor?
Well, Baron Galabrax, the former Baron didn't actually have an advisor.
What? Really? How did he manage to get anything done?
Frankly, he didn't. Depending on his mood, sometimes he would make half of us mount the other half, and we'd play polo for his entertainment. Other times, he would make us dress up in Dickensian costumes and reenact scenes from Jesus Christ Superstar in our best Russian accents. He was kind of weird.
Today that changes. Tell me, peasant, what is your name?
Peasant? I'm attending Capricorn Sigma Community College for my associates in Advanced Theoretical Particle Physics.
Go, fluffy porpoises!
Yeah! Down with the perturbed hamsters! Woo! First of all, fluffy porpoises, that's a lame mascot.
Second, everyone knows that Advanced Theoretical Particle Physics was rendered obsolete back in 1961 with the discovery of tachyon modulation and the subsequent establishment of polar string manipulation theory. What are you going to do anyways? Teach sociology majors about the Higgs boson? Get with the 21st century, dinosaur! Name, plebeian! I'll have you know that polar string manipulation theory wouldn't be around if it weren't for advanced... Name! Now! Heartstar. Justin Heartstar.
Good lord, who saddled you with that one? Never mind, I am hiring you as my chief advisor. Gather our cabinet together. We meet in 2 hours to discuss the socio-economic condition of Capricorn Sigma 4. Then assemble my staff generals to discuss plans of expanding the Galabrax brand name to the rest of the Capricorn Sigma system. After that, dinner, followed by a brief discussion of which palatial estate to move my mother into. Ideally one too far away for her to visit me, but still close enough to where I'm not inconvenienced by visiting her. Final item for the day. Set up any harmony profile and take the compatibility test. Daddy needs a mommy.
And then a defeat Baron Galabrax in an epic no-rules match on a precarious 10-story high construction site while it's raining. No, snowing. And devs are nested there so it'll look more dramatic.
I definitely like the bravado of your plan, Hollander. Especially the part where I have a slow-motion point-blank range gunfight with a full platoon of Galabrax's finest. But I don't think it's going to work, though.
What? Why?
Aside from the fact that the planet lacks the conditions to snow, or that we don't have mariachi costumes available to us in this prison cell? Well, that, but mostly because one of the early phases of the plan requires us to leap motorcycles over a bear flying a helicopter to escape the parliamentary hall as it explodes. I find it highly unlikely that Baron Galabrax will have trained a bear to fly a helicopter.
You never know.
I think we know. Anyone else have a simpler escape plan? How about this? Hey guard, I need to use the bathroom and my companions are American. I don't want to catch any of their filthy diseases.
In the bucket or in the corner. Those are your only options.
Damn, that worked once before. Well, I'm out of ideas.
Silence! I, your mighty baron, must speak. Now, we're here to discuss the current state of the planet. Chief Advisor Heartstar. First item, please. Chief, meet. I'm waiting.
Sorry, Baron.
The Honorable Sir Paul Jackson, recently assigned advisor of Capricorn Sigma 4 Commerce. Sir Jackson, you have the floor.
Why, thank you. As recently appointed advisor of Capricorn Sigma 4 Commerce, I have carefully analyzed the current economic status and all possible future models as well as ideal goals for the further expansion of industry, commercialism, and tourism. After many an hour secluded in my chambers, mostly looking at porn, mind you, I have come to one conclusion. I'm entirely unqualified for this position. Thank you.
That's it?
Well, I found a rather entertaining video of a kitten with its head stuck in a small paper bag. If we made purchase of a similar kitten and a similar small paper bag, That shit would be gold on YouTube.
Who appointed you?
Chief Advisor Hotstar.
What?
Before you get all angry and shout off with his head, may I remind the good Baron that he gave me less than a day to find advisors. I had to grab the first people I saw.
You've earned a stay of execution, Hotstar, but I hope for your sake the rest of these go better.
What?
Well, perhaps we should just...
Justin?
Yes? Who's next?
Presenting the Honorable Danny Peterson, Advisor of Scientific Inquiry.
Thank you, Chief Advisor Hotstar. Mr. Balancer. Let me stop you right there. Chief Advisor Hotstar, why did you appoint a child to the position of Advisor of Scientific Inquiry?
Well, it seemed inappropriate to hold both the position of Chief Advisor and Scientific Inquiry.
What are you, 9? 10? 10? You put a 5th grader in charge of Scientific Inquiry.
Now, Danny got really good scores on his natural science test. Plants use photosynthesis. That's right, Danny. I think.
Okay, I've got it.
If it's wet our shirts with urine and then use them to bend the bars by using the shirts as leverage, we already tried it.
Yeah, someone owes me a new shirt.
I said I was sorry. I had asparagus for lunch.
No, this one revolves around using a car battery, a series of varying colored curly straws, and a guest appearance by Tony Hawk, skateboarder extraordinaire.
We have none of those things available to us.
Damn, what about Radiohead frontman Tom York?
We're too mainstream for him.
Then what if we use our Captain Potent assailant to...
No!
Correct partisan authority.
What? Guys, I just found this hilariously adorable video of a kitten with a small paper bag stuck on its head. Shit is gold. Good God, I am beat. Well, I think today was productive. Productive? I had to fire all my advisors! And now we know that advisors shouldn't be chosen simply because they were the first person you saw. See? Productive. Watch yourself, Hotstar. I have plenty of pink slips left. What's next on the docket? Well, Confederacy law mandates that you have to hear the opposition of your decrees. Opposition? I've only decreed one law so far, and that was to lower the cost of bus passes for the elderly. And it seems that there are a few members of the community who believe that you should rescind the law. Okay, I have got to see this. Send him in. Ahem. Presenting Master...
Ryan Julius Maximus Ebenezer Platt Wayne Stevens the Third, Esquire, of the Capricorn Sigma Stevens, of course.
Should I know you?
I, my good Baron, run the local video rental shop down on 24th Place and Thurman. We're opening a second location on the south side of town next month.
Oh my God. State your grievance.
In my hand, I have 400 signatures. Members of Sigma 4's highest echelons. Leaders in community, industry, science, and art who oppose this obscene law that you have levied against the people.
Obscene?
Oh, indeed, Baron. Did it ever occur to you that by giving these miscreants,
Elderly citizens?
the worst of the worst, by giving them preferential treatment, you sacrifice the very freedom of the peoples of Capricorn Sigma 4. You open us, your loyal subjects, to future invasion. I dare to even mention the drastic effect this would have on our economy. These 400 brave citizens and I must cry out against your tyranny, Baron Galabrax. We will not tolerate it any longer. As you push this law upon us, we must push back your despotic actions.
Mr. Stevens, was it?
The Third, Esquire.
Mr. Stevens, I am no despot. Since I could walk, I, the first and the only son of the late Baron Bill Theodore Galabrax, was groomed to be in power over my lessers. I have built my career on the blood of countless long-forgotten men and women who gave their lives so that I may regain what my fool of a grandfather lost. I happily use taxpayer funding to purchase weapons, warships, corrupt bureaucrats, and lives without even batting a single eye. My only goal has been more power. I don't just want the power that my family lost. I want to solidify the Galabrax name in the annals of history.
I want the top, and still I want more. No, Mr. Stevens, I am no mere despot. I am the tyrant of tyrants. I am the usurper of dictators. I am the dominator of the oppressed. But you, sir, are a dick. I mean, come on. Seriously? Your freedom? Really? I'm just making it so Miss Johnson can actually afford to go play bridge on Sundays with Miss Tabernacle and the nurse who sneaks them cigarettes.
Baron, I find this quite insulting.
Good! The only reason that you are allowed to come and stand in my presence is the silly law that the Archdukes created to placate the masses. The only thing preventing me from having you executed on the spot is because I don't want to have to deal with that weird burning hair smell you get from ray-bolt wounds. Chief Advisor Hotstar!
Chief Advisor.
I am accelerating the implementation of the law concerning the lowering of the bus ticket prices for the elderly. See that all mass transit routes are affected immediately.
Are you sure that's wise?
Dictator, don't care. Guards, seize this monster and place him in the deepest dungeon. Strip him of his rights as a confederated citizen. And bring me his list of co-conspirators.
All right, laddie, you're coming with us. No, wait, don't. I'm a free member of the society. I own the rental shop down at 24th and Thurman. I own the rental shop. Save it for the judge.
Sir, his list. If you want, sir, I can take that list from you. There's no need for you to look at. Justin, Ham, why is your signature on this list? Well, if I have to pay $5 for an all-day pass, why shouldn't they?
Did you guys know that Jason Lee was a professional skateboarder before he was in Mallrats? That's so weird. I didn't know that.
Captain, we're trying to come up with a plan to escape this infernal dungeon. We need your help.
Have you thought of dressing up as a mariachi band and...
Yes!
What about urinating twice? And now I'm owed a pair of khaki pants. What about our celebrity pirate aid?
Combat Parliamentary Arbiter.
Cheeky Princess Salter.
Cheeky... Oh, come on. Now you're just combining random words.
I swear to the vengeful Christ, if I get one more request from a concerned citizen asking me to build more petting zoos, I'm going to set one up and fill it with Bengal tigers. Well, if you don't mind me asking, Baron, what did you expect? What did I expect? I expected that when I got into power, I would squash a few rebellions that were funded by the previous ruler, decree laws to help the economy as well as increase exports and decrease costs of imports, and then filter a large portion of the tax revenues back into the community to help instill loyalty from my subjects. From there, I'd be able to filter even larger revenues into building an army that would allow me to effect a brutal land campaign of planet hopping. Until finally I was Count of Capricorn Sigma. Wash, rinse, repeat! But this, I had to officiate a court case today where a guy was literally suing an entire class of kindergartners for, and I quote, learning the devil's discipline of mathematics. The jury actually found in his favor. Where did they think little Timmy Johnson and Susie Sunsailor were going to get $1 million each for the settlement? Well, with a proper payment plan and interest rate, and taking into consideration the current job market, and assuming, of course, that everyone manages to pull their own weight, I'd imagine that they'd be able to pay that off by the time they were, say, 32-ish. It is a wonder I have not killed you myself, Justin. Because I'm just so lovable? You know what? No. I'm going to take my gun from its holster and give you to the count of 10 to run. 1. Wait, what? 2. 3.
Hold on.
4.
What if you gave up your barony of
6,
Capricorn Sigma 4?
7. 8.
You wouldn't have to go back into exile. You could
9.
retain your role as an active baron.
9 and 1/30 seconds. 9 and 1/16.
There's an obscure section in the law of the exile of royal families. Should anyone of royal status be deposed by another member of the Confederation attempting to usurp their position, the usurper will take the now empty position of governance, and the former will be counted as useless of the Confederation and exiled.
9 and 5/64.
9 and 3/30, except in cases where the party who attempts to remove said family from power aren't considered to hold citizenship within the Confederation, in which case the deposed family would retain royal status. You wouldn't be sent into exile again. You're certain of this? My dad was a lawyer. He specialized in using odd loopholes to bail out rich clients. How do you take the news when he found out you were majoring in an ancient use of science? Well, I am studying at a community college now. I don't actually care. Who would fit the description of a non-citizen? Would, say, a band of scrappy humanitarian privateers/pirates count? Oh, they would have to be hired by an anti-Confederacy body or someone who had lost citizenship. I don't know where you'd find someone like that, though. Interesting. God!
Sir?
Go to the dungeon and bring me prison number 1030458 and his cellmates.
Yes, sir.
Justin, how are your Photoshop skills? Good, I guess. Does this mean that I'm not gonna die? Oh, I'm still counting fractions in my head. You're up to 9 and 27/256. If you're lucky, I'll be gone before I reach 10. Okay, so we're agreed then. Once I distract the guards with a mostly naked grandpa fan dance, Hollander will subdue the guards. And Regan, you use the radioactive powers given to you when you were awarded the status of Carnage Perpetuating Archon by the Secret Guild of Superheroes to cover them in spiderwebbing or whatever. Fine, sure, whatever, I'll do that. Okay, get ready. Once my pants come off, shit is gonna get real. You fool come with me. The Baron wants to see you. Huh, well, that's convenient. Come, wild horses. We've got a meeting to attend. We had a secret plan to escape.
I know. I've been standing here the entire time watching you.
Oh.
You know, if you still want to do the fan dance.
Wait up, Captain.
Baron Galabrax, sir. I have brought you the prisoners that you requested.
What? Captain Novarider, what are you doing here? Aha! Did you think that you could depose me at the behest of one Ryan Julius Maximus whatever Stevens? The third, Esquire. Shut up! I don't, I found this contract that I can prove beyond a shadow of a doubt is not fake, that Mr. Stevens, who was recently stripped of his citizenry, hired you to defeat me. Don't think that just because you outnumber me 4-1,
There are like 7 guards around us.
8 counting me, shut up, that I wouldn't defend my new barony to the last. On guard!
Does anybody want to explain?
Ha! From hell's heart I stab at thee!
Yeah, you take it.
Shut up!
Stop poking me with your sword. It's annoying and Freudian. Stop it!
You defeated me again, Novarider. But know this, I, the still rightful Baron of Capricorn Sigma 4, Edgar Wayne Galabrax, shall spend every waking moment of my life planning my revenge. I shall build a mighty army by conquering other planets of the Confederacy, and thus rise in the ranks, and then, in a very, very long time, return to Capricorn Sigma 4 and regain my lost birthright. Quickly, my torn military remnants, we must retreat for now. I hear that Gemini Theta 4 is quite beautiful this time of year. Plus, they have a Dairy Queen. With haste. I love the Queen. No, you are not coming with us. But 9 and 55/64. No, wait. 9 and 111/128.
What the? I'm going to be honest. I have not been paying attention in the slightest since, we got here. Can anyone clue me in as to what just happened?
And thus concludes this episode of the amazing adventures of Captain Farr Novarider and the Wild Horses! Gentle listeners, join us again soon right here at boundcompass.blogspot.com for the many more adventures to follow! This amazing adventure was conceived, written, voiced, and reconceived, rewritten, and revoiced by Devin Peters! With sound effects by soundj.com, packtv.com, 3dmmstudio.co.uk, Flash, EFX, sounddogs.com, Series 6000, Extension 3, and The General. Supplier 2200, Digifx, Soundstorm Library, Impact Effects 3, Guns, Run Notes, Airborne Sound Library, The Sound Effects Bible, Triple Crown Sound.
File Effects Library, Maxton Soundworks, freesound.org, The Sound Effects Kit, soundscalpel.com, freesfx.co.uk, and Sonic Science.
All music created by Bradley Rains, copywritten 2013. Visit Bradley at www.bradleyrains.com. Found Compass and the Amazing Adventures of Captain Farr Novarider and the Wild Horses are copywritten 2013.
Regan, what does CPA stand for?
I don't actually know. I just shell out about $300 per year to some faceless organization that doesn't actually do anything for me.